I went back to eating meat after 3 years. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So I stopped eating meat in January of 2020, and it was completely unintentional. It wasn't for any religious reason. I just stopped eating it as an experiment. So I had gone 2 days without eating meat. This was unintentionally. This was the beginning of it. I went 2 days randomly without eating meat, and then I remembered that I hadn't eaten meat in 2 days, and I'm like, well, let's see how long I can keep this up. And then Lent rolled around, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna not eat meat for the whole of Lent, and then I'll be right back on after Easter. So then Easter came and went, and I think at this point we were like deep in the middle of the pandemic. It was lockdown and everything, and I think beef at this point was quite expensive, or maybe there were some concerns about beef, and I was like, well, great, I stopped eating meat, and I'm gonna keep that up because I don't know where this is going. At this point, there was so much uncertainty, so I'm like, well, I already stopped eating meat, so let me just cut it out and keep my costs low, and also I don't know about the health concerns around that. And then fast forward to the tail end of 2022, early 2023 is when I started to feel like I wanted to eat meat again. So throughout the whole duration of this, I didn't crave meat. I didn't look at meat and was like, ooh, I miss it. But it wasn't until the tail end of 2022 where I was like, my body's craving it. It was so bad until I was having dreams about fried chicken. It's so crazy because I told my mom and she laughed and laughed and laughed at me. My mom was vegetarian for 7 years, 6 or 7 years before we came to the US. Like, she was hardcore. She had stopped eating meat, fish, and eggs for like 6-7 years. So I'm not gonna say I got that from her, but like, she definitely encouraged me to go back to eating meat if that's what my body was craving. And so she had sent me on an errand, or a few errands, and I was coming back and I had some chicken that I got from Giants. If you don't know, Giants sells chicken, that fried chicken that I would argue is better than KFC. So I was driving back with it and I could smell it in my car. My windows were rolled up, so of course the smell was wafting throughout my car, and I was like, this is the day I go back to eating meat. So I got home. At this point, this was April of 2023. So I got home and I told her, listen, I'm gonna have a piece of chicken today. So yeah, that's how I went back to eating meat, April of 2023. And initially it was supposed to be just chicken and turkey, so just white meat. And then I started eating all kinds of things, pepperoni, sausage. So yeah, that's what our teeth are made for. So I'm not gonna restrict myself anymore. Obviously, everything in moderation. So that's the story of how I went back to eating meat. It wasn't because like I had health concerns or anything. It's just my body was genuinely craving it. I guess like the eggs and the fish wasn't doing it for me. And your body does need meat, just in moderation. So hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls.